As the sun rises over downtown Los Angeles, thousands of commuters rush to work, coffee in hand, eyes fixed on their phones. Just a few blocks away, in an area known as Skid Row, another morning begins very differently. Tents unzip, blankets fold. People line up for donated breakfast. For them, survival, not success, is the goal of the day. Homelessness in America is not just about people sleeping on sidewalks. It is veterans who returned home but never found stability. It is single mothers fleeing domestic violence. It is teenagers aging out of foster care with nowhere to go. It is full-time workers living in their cars because rent costs more than their paycheck. In one of the wealthiest nations in the world, hundreds of thousands of people experience homelessness on any given night. The crisis is most visible in cities like San Francisco, Seattle, and New York City, where tents line sidewalks and underpasses. But what many don't see is the hidden homeless, families sleeping in motels, couch surfing with friends, or living in vehicles in suburban parking lots. They often go unnoticed because they don't fit the stereotype people imagine. So how did this happen? Experts point to a mix of rising housing costs, stagnant wages, mental health challenges, addiction, lack of affordable health care, and a shortage of low-income housing. In cities where rent has doubled in the past decade, even a small emergency, a hospital bill, job loss, car repair, can push someone onto the streets. One missed paycheck can change everything. For many experiencing homelessness, the hardest part isn't just the lack of shelter, it's invisibility. People walk past without making eye contact. Conversations about policy happen far away from the sidewalks where real lives are unfolding. Yet behind every tent is a story. A former construction worker injured on the job, a college student who couldn't afford tuition and housing, a grandmother raising her grandchildren after losing her apartment. But there are also signs of hope. Non-profit organizations, faith groups, and outreach teams provide food, medical care, job training, and transitional housing. Some cities are experimenting with tiny home villages and supportive housing programs that combine shelter with mental health and addiction services. These solutions show that change is possible, but progress is slow and complex. America's hidden homeless crisis is not just a housing problem. It is a reflection of economic inequality, healthcare gaps, and social safety nets stretched thin. It challenges a nation built on the promise of opportunity to confront a difficult question. What happens when that promise fails? As night falls and city lights glow against the skyline, the contrast becomes clear. Luxury apartments rise above sidewalks where people sleep under blankets. Two worlds existing side by side, separated not just by walls, but by circumstance. This is not just a story about homelessness. It is a story about vulnerability, resilience, and the fragile line between stability and survival in modern America.